many times can a dog go through the trailer window before the screen starts losing its integrity? No, once it starts looking bad, no. 8, he got it right. It takes you a minute to wake up. There's no sense saying something important. Not just yet. This is important. I'm Gary York, Real Psychology, and you got a lot to learn. I've got something new to teach you that has never been done before on this earth since Jesus, apparently, because that is apparently why Pilate's gang killed Jesus and Lucifer. But you got a long way to go here, and let's do this. Sophisticated psychology. I am giving you the opposite, which quite interestingly is what I'm coming to. Where is it? Well, yeah. Yeah, the Holy Bible. No. I'm an intelligent man. I have something different to offer you, and I am reading that as a history book. And I have also written a history book. Growing up in Maricopa County, born into organized crime, I also wrote a history book. It rambles like this one. It was manipulated by the government like this one, so I know a lot of things at nearly 60 years old. And I've got a few things here for you. I went to Channel 11, to local channel, to try and, they're public so I can mention them. Asked them, gave them an email. Hey, can you mention Real Psychology on the news? I don't know if they did. I haven't checked back. I tried watching a little bit of it to see if they'd put it on there. Just say, hey, here's an option for you. I didn't have any video with it. Just you know, have them say, hey, here's an option that's new that you've never been offered before. And I ended up watching Inside Edition on it. Deborah Norville apparently hid out from this one because it was quite a scam. It looked to me like the Inside Edition van pulled up, set up a couple of cameras on tripods like mine, and told everybody, hey, we're doing an Inside Edition here. Do you want to be in on it? This is what you got to do. And they have some woman that didn't look too good to me, but laying out in the middle of this crowded park, and they have the man that was clearly staged by Inside Edition. He was one of the actors, holding a cell phone up, taking pictures of her. She had taken all her clothes off, down to bikini or whatever you want. She's laying out in the middle of this crowd of people, and they're all pretending not to notice. And one man and another man, of course, staged by Inside Edition, looking down at what he's taking a picture of on his cell phone, taking a picture of the girl. Okay. You know what that does to the men, ladies? You know what that does to you? Staging an event, and putting that on, lying to you, Inside Edition, lying to you. Here, as I say, they didn't have Deborah Norville narrating that one, but straight out lying to you. I'm seeing it, you don't. Well, then listen to what I have for you, because I've got something a little different for you. But what that does, and then they have the cameras come in, and the girl in the bikini standing there, you don't have to apologize, but I want those pictures back, and they're embarrassing the man that was sitting on the bench, and it was all clearly staged. There were 3 actors in that, and who knows how many cameramen sitting around with tripods in the middle of it, but which was absolutely incorrect. If it were a legitimate situation, well, that's the failure of the women. Where's the man's wife for him to look at? It's a failure of women, and it's discouraging men further. And then they had another woman come on saying, oh, she's afraid to walk around the park looking at all attractive because a white man's going to jump out from behind a tree, and oh, she's so frightened of what he's going to do to her. And those weren't the exact words, but that was what she was saying. And that was what she's conveying to a world full of people on a fraudulent level. It's a TV show. Yeah, I'm giving you it could be a TV show. Put them on TV if you want. In the other country, translate them, do whatever you have to. Get these out to 8 billion people. But you don't understand that you're watching a TV show. They say, oh, this is a reality show. No, it's a TV show. And they've got different motives. Motive is 10/10 of reality, and the motives of making money, power, and money are different than something actually happening out in reality. And many times when this person over here says something about this person, you're assuming on a subconscious level that now that person said it. So think about that. Whose mouth did those words just come out of? It is very important. Psychology is very, very important for everyone to learn, and separating the two. Here's essentially what you've got. You've got game psychology, laws, atheisms, and religion. Your TV told you law, atheism. No. Religion, atheism. They never told you law. And law is the one that's bashing out the windows and doors and stomping on the roof. So law is the real one. The other, religion and atheism, is what's going on in your mind. And you need to distinguish those on a conscious level of mind frame. The brain has 2 functions. This is one of them. I don't know if the camera can see that. You push 1, it comes up 1. And the human mind is very much like that. I've had people cough a certain way or something, and a particular person would say the exact same sequence of words every time I would cough in a particular way. And you ought to start thinking about that on a conscious level, because it's all gone subconscious. Think about that on a conscious level. Why is that person doing that? You've always accepted it. Why does that same sequence of words come out each time that I cough a particular way? Why is it doing that? And it's because it's not a state of awake. The mind on that person is dominant by sleep state of mind, hypnosis. Very important to learn in psychology. This will be the 27th video, and I announced that I'm the Savior, the second coming, several back, and I think it was the 23rd video. I'm not sure though, but and of course I announced my presidency with this crap. This is new, but as soon as I heard about the crap going on in New York, what's that now? He did. My God, he killed people in an old folks home. How many? Oh, I'm falling in love with this man, and I'm not even gay. Yeah, the governor of New York cared about the young people's inheritance. He cared about the keeping down the deficits. And I don't know if he's gone now. I'm just going what I see on the TV and what I'm hearing from all of you. I've read this twice when I was a teenager. Now I'm listening to all of you. And I am listening to that TV set. You have sustained 59 years almost of very heavy brain damage from that TV. As soon as they could put that on, those TV shows are not real, and they're still going into your mind as your history. They are a false history. They are manipulated, and you got some very bad results because of it. And yeah, you got this going on. There's what the TV did to women. The well doesn't show up in the TV camera here. The Your Girl. I'm having to build a girl now. See what happens with the Your Girl. It's going to be better. It'll all be interchangeable, because we know a woman should 5'5" 3/4 inches tall, 119 pounds. Well, he says the Mexicans will be stealing parts off them and selling them for half price. Well, this should be about $38,000. So if you got some people coming up 19,000, say, well, no, that's not the real thing. Yeah, that's stolen. So keep that in mind. Yeah, it's okay because he's Mexican now. Now, ma'am, I know you're black, but that still sounds terrible there. But you got a long way to go. I'm interpreting your whole world in a different manner. And I think you need to look at the way I'm interpreting it. Maricopa County, Arizona. I grew up there. I know in advance. When John McCain and that clown woman went in running for the Republican Party, it was all, as far as what I'm reading on that one, it was a scam to get in the Democrat. And just because the Republicans running doesn't mean they don't want a Democrat in. One's different than the other. They run it like a pump. Oh, one, you put money into securing the border. The next one comes in, and the border goes crazy. They're doing exactly the opposite. And they run it like a pump to keep people enslaved. And you need to start looking. I announced my presidency. That's why I'm wearing the tie. I didn't want to tie right here this morning. It doesn't matter. I'm done productive work all my life. And you working people, you need to get pride in that. Quit this damn humilitas crap, and you're going to get a better seat in heaven by giving away your earnings to the rich people. That no, this crap's got to stop. It just happened I didn't shave today since we got no money to blow up the Afghanistan anymore. The Lord directed me to some duct tape at one of the dollar stores there to make a red button. I don't know, I'll practice with that. I mentioned Canada. Yeah, that floozy over there with his sister holding the cell phone, and he's got 1 million views a day because he's chanting about abortion, and that's what is memory matching with the TV. That's your mass weapons of mass destruction. And so I'm going to talk more about Canada. Well, those people, that crap with saying stuff like A, do they still do that? I hear they don't, but they straightened out some of that. Now this Taliban, yeah, all you got's advice now because advice is free. No shaving, this is what I heard on the TV. So I go by what I hear on the TV because so are all of you. When you see something on TV, well, so do I. And I'm going to tell you from an intelligent mind frame what it's doing to you. Taliban, no shaving. You're not allowed to shave now that the Taliban's in. That's the same crap America pulled. Yeah, when I was growing up, oh, you gotta have a haircut. Nah, that Taliban, no, I'm soured on those little men. They're not very attractive. But no, you're not allowed to shave. It just happened I hadn't shaved in a while. It's cooling off out there. This has nothing to do with this. I just happened to see that on the news. That's what American news is all about. What the Taliban won't let somebody shave. Well, no, that crap's got to stop. Because you're playing a game when you're doing that crap. And so let's get that straightened out there, Taliban. Whatever's behind it. Not just stop playing that particular game rule, but realize America is identical and realize that you've got a problem worldwide all the way around with that. And yeah, this mess that's going on, geez, all I gotta do is turn on the TV for a minute, Inside Edition, and they're ruining our lives in front of us. Oh, a woman's got to look terrible that's walking through a park. And I saw another one, and this is your TV promoting this. And I saw another one, a woman, she puts her breasts up, they probably are, I don't have it, I don't know what they are. She was not very attractive. The shape of her legs and her rear end and her tight pants, a little overweight, not too, just enough overweight and poorly shaped. She was not attractive. And she's going around trying to get men to whistle at her or say something nice to her. And then she's going to tell them, it was right on the TV a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, whatever it was. She's threatening them with mace, telling them, oh, that she has mace or whatever it was, something to threaten them with. And that kind of ignorance has got to stop. We got to turn this thing around, and you ladies need to do it. What, are you going to have your head up your ass forever doing what a TV is telling you? Well, 59 years almost. Yeah. The reason your government did that is they destroy and feed in the carnage. And what I am teaching you is very different than that. And what I'm going to do today is explain this, what happened. Biden plus 99, Trump minus 261. I hear that cyber ninjas recounted the vote. 6.1 million, that's referred to as money laundering. They said 500,000 taxpayer money. Well, they stole my $500,000 house. I want it back. And this is called slavery. When they take your money and they won't give it back until you do work for them, it's called slavery. And that is exactly what is happening as far as the money. Now, you Republicans, the TV afterwards told you, which is a connotation. They said, oh, look, they even re-added it. The people that were adding for Trump came up with this. They couldn't even come up with a lesser number. Oh, look at that. It's even more on Biden's side. No, 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 no. It's even 100% less on Biden's side. It is 100% telling you that the government that I told you a long time ago, if they're Arizona government, they're crooks. They're flaunting it. That is an organized and pussified crime brag. That they are able to give these people a different number of votes to count. Anybody can count a vote. You think they didn't count it right? Yeah, all the evidence is that Maricopa County government, whoever it was involved in this, gave them a different number of votes to count. So, yeah, immediately. And, yeah, they were controlling, they were manipulating the amount of votes that they were handing out to be counted. They're able to control that in Maricopa County. Multiply that by the rest of the country. If the Republicans want to watch this, there's your answer. Yeah, oh, I get 8 initial views and nothing after that. Shame on all of you. And some floozy jumping around looking terrible in Canada and memory matching with the TV and gets 1 million votes a day and, of course, a spot on the TV. Yeah, which is called hypnosis. Boy, I got a lot of junk in this house. Hypnosis. Learn about hypnosis because that is the big one. And learn about what a bunch of damn pussies you are stuffing salt in Jesus' mouth because you're doing the same thing today. Your government told you to stuff salt in Jesus' mouth. It's identical to this, identical to hypnosis. You gave into hypnosis because you were a bunch of pussies. Today, 2021 years now, going on 2022 years. But what you're actually seeing here is organized crime bragging. Yeah, they didn't give them the same votes to count. They were able to give them different votes to count. And that's what we're seeing. Now, real psychology, game psychology. Let's do game psychology first. It says, oh no, you can't go there because what if? That's game psychology. You can't do this. You can't say that because you're not sure. By the information I have, I'm sure. Now you got something better that will make it go your way? Show it to me. Give me more information. Don't take away the information I have. Give me more and I'll recalculate again. And that's the difference of real psychology and game psychology. Yeah, the bad guy tells you what to think and you've got it. You've got an end outcome. It stays solid all the way through. A virgin born a son of God on a bale of hay. Boom, you're done. A virgin born a son of God on a bale of hay. Anybody says anything that contradicts that, the mouth jacks open and automatic argue. automatic. It's that simple. The computer keyboard, I don't know if that's wireless or not, I forgot. But I'll bring the mouse over here. You're a computer, you're a low-grade computer, and you need to start realizing that. And I'm telling you how to think, try practicing it. You take in all your information and you're interested, you're curious. That was how I was born, and it was nearly 60 years now to decide that 8 billion people are different than I am. And when I claim to be the second coming, yeah, there's a lot of evidence of it. I'll talk more about Maricopa County in a minute if I have. What time? 10:22. I'm going to write that down. Try and run this about 15 more minutes, maybe get them around a half hour or so, and I can maybe get 5 videos out of that one chip. I'm asking you to send some money, $36.40 in America, to buy a book. I was doing little lawn ornaments. A dog or a cat, it would only be black and white, and it's a little flat square that you bolt together with the ears on it, and you can bend them any way you want, but you can say something on it. And I suggest get real, the truth shall set you free, and promoting real psychology. I wanted to sell those for $20, don't have any orders, and will this catch on? Let's find out. But get to it. I asked Channel 11 to get to it. Now, let me elaborate on this a little further, and then I'll get to something else. Biden plus 99, Trump minus 261. Now, they didn't even just do Biden plus 99 and Trump came out even. No, they minused him 261. And, oh, you could say, oh, well, gee, Gary, they were deciding whether the vote is credible or not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that was manipulated by the government is what I'm going to do. And I have insight from being victim of Maricopa County, and that's not, oh gee Gary, you're lying because you have some motive against Maricopa County. No, I'm telling the truth, and I have that to look at on any occasion, because the truth shall set you free. That is exactly what hypnosis is, the opposite of the truth. You are getting sleepier and sleepier. No, you're not. They're lying to you. It's a bafflement, and that's what causes hypnosis. They obligate you to shut down your brain that thinks, which is your state of awake, where you can enjoy life in, and all you've got left is a very miserable and empty state of sleepwalking, TV antenna, and so it's something to think about. Plus 99, minus 261. Now, really, so these people were counting votes that weren't credible? Minus 261. They took out the ones that weren't credible? Is that what these cyber ninjas, what I got off of this? Sounds a little hokey there. You know, for 6.1 million, what do you want? Of course, that's sarcasm. But it's telling me, yeah, Maricopa County government is bragging that they have the ability to manipulate what they're handing out to be counted. And they're showing you that they manipulated it, not only in Biden's favor, that's one, 50%, but also against Trump, which there's your 100%. So they've shown you two things that they can do. They can not only manipulate the votes, but point it in either favor they want. And you had two other events that were quite obviously significant. There's one that I cannot talk about. Black Lives Matter, I think I can. And say, oh gee, look how terrible Trump did. Well, I just got word this morning from the Cleveland area. Oh gee, their property tax went up because of people running around burning buildings down and making a mess out there. And to get negative votes, yeah, everything was fine. The police clearly staged, I counted 5 premeditated casual murders, and like I say, the George Floyd murder, I finally got a quick glance of what was behind that. They had the vehicle blocking the camera, and the cameraman was apparently told to just take this camera view for the news medias, and then put this little shock jock extra on months later. The people holding his legs and his hands cuffed behind his back behind the car. It was all clearly, the murder was produced for the camera. And oh, would he not want to be murdering somebody for the camera? When you got all that set up like that, the camera angle and all that, a lot of you think you're looking straight at me. It's going through a camera, and a lot of you don't know that. And I am amazed at that. You think you're actually seeing that? No, you're seeing what a camera wants you. People running the camera want you to see. And you say, oh no, I saw it right there. Oh no, I lived it. No, you didn't. No, the camera told you what connotation they want to. They said, I heard the TV. They said, and 2 different accounts of it, one in the morning and one in the evening. So there were 2 different accounts, both said the same thing. And oh gee, it was even more in favor of Biden. That's a connotation. These numbers tell you something very, very large. That the government was able to change the votes, and that they have an agenda on Biden's side. And all of you need to look at that. If they've got different information, let's hear it and reevaluate at that time if there is. And but no, that is very clear. But like I say, the 2 events that he had put up against him, and oh gee, one's a worldwide event, so it couldn't have been for the election in America. Oh yes, it can. Organized crime likes to be glamorous, and they are organized throughout America, throughout the world. But this 356 pages of this 449 page, the government had signed paperwork that I was going to be back here on December 14 of 2019. And so I want you to put those numbers together. There's a lot of math in real psychology. You figured it out. What came 2 weeks later? As soon as this book was going to be going to a publisher, what came out to distract the entire world of people? What came out that did work? And So I want all of you to look at this. Now, Maricopa County, last video I did, I called Kate Gallego. Didn't get her, which was normal. But the last video, I was on the phone on the video, which would have been number 29. I don't remember how long it was, 20 minutes or so, but very good video. And I talked to another intern. I've called 3 times. Did not get Kate at any moment. I asked for her. No, she's not available. 3 different interns, 3 different times I called. And being that it was on the YouTube video, then I got a response. 2 years and 11 days, I did not get a response. So, that's what it took. One YouTube video, 2 days later, there's your response, or maybe a day later, I can't remember. I'm on the Highway 50 with a earphone and on a bicycle ride, and the only reason I could hear them, the wind wasn't blowing like it normally does, and Sergeant from the 56th Street and Greenway police station, if that's what you call it, a precinct, a station, whatever. Sergeant calls me. Hey, what is this about? I hear there somebody crashed into you 2 years ago. I said no. I said it was an attempted crash. And he says, oh, well, gee, then we're not responsible. He says, I've heard your circumstances, so we're turning you over to someone else, police ethics or something. I don't know what it was. But I said, no, you need to be responsible. It's coming out of your precinct because you're the one that called. It's coming out of your precinct. See, I can get this information. I've got something solid. There's the one it came out of. 56th Street and Greenway, police officer in a Tahoe involved in a setup to try and crash my car on 9/11 of 2019. Yeah, but you need to watch the videos, get some responsibility. But it took a bit of an angry video and some public exposure, and it is all legal. This is the way you should be doing it. Oh, burning down Cleveland. Well, shame on you. Somebody doing productive work has to pay a higher property tax now, which is called slavery. And then when they're giving you a bill like this, it is not only called slavery, it's also called money laundering. When that Gecko lies to you, you're saving 15%. It is 180 of that. You're being forced by your police to pay money. And it is not a product, it is not a service. Collectively, overall, insurance is a great detriment to our country. Money laundering and slavery. Organized crime is what insurances are affiliated with. Your gambling, your hospitaling. The $12,000 bottle of pills that is a detriment to you. Well, I can take a dump in a bottle and hand it to you for $12,000, and that would be a detriment to you also. And we need to start looking at this. An operation a monkey can do. Your girl will have some ball joints. That's the next thing I got to do to get some ball joints there. She's not going to have a butthole. Because what does the American woman do with that? She stands in the living room with a hateful look on her face and turning her face red. And, yeah, doing some really bad farts in order to offend her husband. Yeah, we know what's going on there. This your girl. You're never going to want to program something like that into it unless you got a burglar, and even then it's just not worth it. I'm going to be making this thing, and this is no joke. I am going to continue making this. I've had a lot to do lately, and that will be done. It probably will be 38,000, and whether it's electrically controlled or hydraulics is more lifelike. Hydraulics, so I'd have veins in it, and I'll look into that stuff, but that is not a joke. You ladies want to learn how to be a real woman instead of this trash that Inside Edition is promoting. You need to look at things differently than the connotation gave you on this TV. They told you very clearly. I heard it, so did all of you. Oh, they were trying to get Trump votes, and here it came out backwards. So it must be real that Biden won. And nobody's winning with either one of these. You win here. Yeah, respect me as your president. You might as well, because this whole thing is manipulated, and I'm sure it always has been. The people that wrote the Constitution, these people are not going by the Constitution. I haven't read it in a while, and my memory fades because of what they did to me in Maricopa County. And I'll talk about that sometime, but this is pretty easy stuff here. But I called Kate Gallego, so then I get a response by the police. Okay, the sergeant, and I can't mention his name because he's not a public figure. They did sound like fictitious names. There were two of them. Then about an hour later, and the sergeant talked around the circle, and he says, well, I'm not responsible, so you can go look elsewhere. And I said, no, I'm going to send you information. I wrote him one page, 4 things to do. Who is the police officer in the marked Tahoe in that parking garage that day? And who was the one in the security vehicle that was staring into my rearview mirror? So I definitely saw him. Got a good look at his ugly old face. But why did they do it? Who told them to do it? Those 4 items. And I wrote that down. It was just one page. And about an hour later, we're playing Yahtzee on the back table there, and a police officer called from the same precinct, 56th Street, just was that north of Greenway Road. And so I did a little bit of talking, because that's what real psychology does. So he said, well, he had no idea that that somebody else had called. And but the fact that he called a particular officer, well, what did they do? Tell him, well, you did this, you clean up your own mess? Maybe. So when I wrote the letter back to the sergeant, I thought I'd be able to call him, and then I look on my phone. He said, well, you'll be able to see it on your phone. Instead it said private number. So I can call that precinct and ask for that sergeant and that officer, and I've got both their names. And but the police officer said he had no idea that a sergeant had just called me. And that's information. You take your information, you bring it all in, and you keep it. Now, what's next? they could have walked around, asked around the room. People gossip. You got one precinct, they know everything. They know all the dirty business. Either one of them, either police officer or sergeant could have walked around and got this information immediately. No. Yeah, and I haven't heard from them, and this is Monday now. I haven't heard from them. Shame on you with your salt. Stuffing salt in Jesus' mouth, and you're the same now. Wake up and get these videos going on in your grade school classrooms and on the TV. I should be able to push my phone and run that TV there. So far I can't conveniently. Well, why not? We need to progress further, faster, and get Gary York on here and get things going on. But I called the FBI and said, okay, I'm going to give you this information so you have it recorded, that this precinct is looking into it. Well, they're going to spank their own selves like the bank robber looking to find the bank robber, looking to find their own selves. They're probably not going to find themselves. And there's a little sarcasm there, but that's, we're going to see how it goes. But I'll intend to keep them moving forward. But Kate Gallego never answered the phone. She never contacted me. We'll look in the mail, see if I have anything written from Kate Gallego. It's a little early now. Oh, there goes the phone. I'm glad it's in the other room. And but I'll update that on the next video. But that was what it took to get any response, was to put it on a video. And so I had to do it. There was no other way. That's what it takes. 2 years and 11 days. Now, I called the FBI. It says right on the internet that they do get involved in dirty cops locally. Local dirty cops. So I says, okay. So the first thing the representative said was, well, we don't have any business with that. We don't do local. It's only federal. I said, well, then why is it right on the internet local? So he agreed to take my information. And he said, well, why the discrepancy? Why so much time went by? And I said, well, I started off with the Arizona Attorney General. They pointed me to the governor pointed me to Kate Gallego, and Kate Gallego refused to answer me. So, real psychology tells you she's the one responsible. However, I got more information now, so you take in more. So the FBI representative said, well, no, the Arizona government, you need to go to them. You need to go to the Arizona Attorney General. And I said, well, I just told you that that was the first place I went to. And, he says, oh, I'm sorry, yeah. So he told me that. An FBI agent told me that. Really, if not, then who? I was told by the governor's office. Now here's half a dozen list of private lawyers. No. You got a public organized crime like Maricopa County. No. A private lawyer is called money laundering, which turns into slavery. You need a government entity going, exposing and rectifying dirty government. And we have none in America. So the FBI said, okay, I'll take down, your call is being recorded and we're keeping this call on file to refer to at a later date or something. And so I wrote that down in the letters to the Phoenix police at the 56th Street and Greenway station that I'd recorded it with the FBI, and that's about all I can do right now, and I'm waiting on them. And you give them time, and that's why 2 years and 11 days went by. And when you don't have an Arizona Attorney General that is doing their job, yeah, an attorney is supposed to do their job. And when you're in Maricopa County, no. A so-called defense attorney is a prosecuting attorney, depending what they want, because your government is choosing, and it's also organized and pussified crime. And all of you are slavery, money laundering, so look things over. But there you go, Republicans, right there. And all I need is one thing I want to mention. 0 views on the videos. When the officers had called me, I went 3 days later, I think it was, to run the video on YouTube to see how it plays. And my memory is off, so I have to watch it again so I know. It's like it's entertainment for me, because my memory is not so good. I'm figuring things out as I go instead of remembering, which is dominant on the your old style game psychology. And you've got a long way to go here. But it's fun. Get involved. Get interested. Here you go, Republicans. You got too big evidence. If they want to add more, fine. If they don't, we'll self-populate any way we want. Why are they telling us something different? How did these numbers get to be off? Well, I gave you a much better explanation than they did. They gave you none. They gave you a connotation instead. I heard it right on the TV, along with everyone else. Oh, they were trying to get in favor of Trump, and they ended up even further in favor of Joe Biden. That is a connotation. You need to start learning synonyms. God? No. Government. You need to start learning synonyms. Synonym is a way to lie. Oh, gee, well, we've got a bunch of money. The Republicans from the Clinton era. Oh, gee, this place has been bad. Yeah, America trained 9 pilots and gave them the motivation to fly through the buildings. The American government did that all for you. And oh gee, stand on top of the rubble with a megaphone, and Weasem's gonna get these her people that done this her thing to America, and oh, isn't it heartwarming, it looks nice. No, it's called organized crime. And you need to realize that you don't need government in this capacity. Military policing, no. You end up with the worst mess. Yeah, as soon as the police are involved, it's a dead body anyway. We had something on the news, so I mentioned it. I say give him another one. See what he does the next time. Women are certainly fine with that. Now, I'm a gorgeous man. This might be the last point I make, and then I'll shut down this video, and you Republicans can go at it with this. There's your proof on both sides. But anyway, a man needs a woman. According to the TV, a woman doesn't need a man. I gotta hold it up like that. I guess this is almost out there. That's out of the camera. The woman, according to the TV, doesn't need a man, but a man needs a woman. Well, I think you women and you men need to talk that one out. Like I say, write your books, ladies and men too. What do you want? Yeah, you don't have freedom without ruining my life. Yeah, oh gee, you robbed me or killed me, whatever. Oh gee, you're affecting me. Well, this affects me also. I have to actually build a woman in order to get a proper woman. I have to keep her covered because Adam and Eve had to cover up. Yeah, this Taliban with this no shaving, no. That was the first point you had to get, that I'm against. Yeah, I'm your president now, and no, that's not okay, Taliban. However, it's going through American TV. Yeah, that's a camera you're looking at. You're not looking at me. You're looking at what a camera is producing for you. And you need to realize that. But my entire life could not be because of the people around me. And the entire environment, there was no way to have a good marriage when you're engulfed in organized crime. And I was going to go into one of the events on that. No, the video is going to be long enough without it. I'll go into that some other time because this is very important. And there you go, Republicans. There's your proof that the votes are that these people supplying the votes to be counted can't have the power to manipulate them. They're right there. There you go. If these numbers had been 0 and 0, I'm giving you an if scenario to balance again, because that's why I'm teaching you on real psychology. I'm allowing you opposite mind frame that your TV is not doing. They give you this and then they give you a connotation. Oh, shocking, it's even more in Biden's favor. No, you're seeing something different here that's contradictory to a legitimate. And this 6.1 million? Somebody calling themselves cyber ninjas? I'm not sure if that's right, but that's what I heard on the TV. And I want to mention that each time, what I'm hearing on the TV, not just what I'm reading in the Bible. I read this as a history book, and it says that Lucifer was the good guy. And it's pretty hazy. Lucifer, the devil, Satan are all the same guy. That is a babblesome book, just like the one that I wrote. So I know how it is, and this was manipulated clearly by government. They showed me that they could, and so I'm going with what they showed me. And yeah, you got more information than that? Well, give me more. But no, I'm not going to deduct the information I have by a what if. And that's the difference between real psychology and game psychology. And this is clearly what Jesus was teaching, and that's why they killed him. And not so big and amazing anymore, but if you can see this as your second coming, you're going to be a much healthier society. I couldn't get this tied very well today, but I'm certainly gorgeous. Yes, thank you. With a woman, they used to just put a paper bag over her head, and of course now it's mostly plastic around. You put a plastic bag over it, and you still have the shape of that hateful face. And so they gave that up, but so much to look at. And we are in this thing together. You know, people in other countries should be interested in this. And the car crash event. Let's go back. And see, am I the second coming? I know I was born into organized crime, but I'll speak about the level of attentiveness later. It's not going to be this video. It will be too long. I was going to talk about one event, and it would be too long. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Now, so get to it on this. We're in this together. A man needs a woman. How does a woman not need a man? Tell us about it. How are you fine alone and looking uglier all the time? How is that okay? How is it that you're revolted by a man looking at you, trying to find something of you to enjoy? How are you not responsible that some stranger has to look at you because the women have failed to provide him a wife? Yeah, I was everything a man should be. Gorgeous, intelligent, successful. Where's the woman that's on par with me? Well, there was none. And that was the end of my life. I ended up I built 2 houses. Neither one was for a woman because there was no woman. I had no life to live except to learn organized crime so I could tell you about real psychology. Because I do seem to have been born different. Let's find out. You should start getting curious about it. And start getting curious about Maricopa County. This matters to all of you. To keep it in mind that this kind of money is going into things which is called money laundering, slavery, and a man does need a woman. You women are going to look at that inside edition and say, oh, the men can't see me. How about looking at the truth, ladies? The man's looking at your garbage, which is a hell of a compromise, because he doesn't have a woman that's on par with him at home, as it should be. A nice wife. Yeah. A woman was originally built to be with a man. Here again, you can't see the weld, but and then the woman turned into a cold, bland piece of TV. And you women aren't happy about it either. And why only a few views on these videos? Why can't one tell the next one? Why can't there be an excitement? And your government's got you quite hypnotized. Yeah, how are we going to break this? If anyone has some suggestions to me on how to break this mess, I have to have a fictitious audience. Yeah, God told an old lady to cut me a check for $1,000. Well, that didn't happen. That was Joel Osteen, that ugly piece of crap going around memory matching with junk you already heard. And you're giving him all your money, which is called slavery. And yeah, that Geico Gucko, you're not saving anything. You're damned to give him, or you're going to have Officer Pussified stinking in the town there. And so you need to look at that, what the actual sequence is. Your police thugging for dirty bankers and dirty insurances and that type of thing there. Chase Bank, American Crime Family Insurance. I'll talk about that some other time because the video would be too long. Do you got this? Do you get it? I'll go over it one more time. Maricopa County, it looks like they were able to control the votes that they were supplying to be analyzed and decided and added up after they've been decided. They were able to give them different ones, and they were able to control it to be in Biden's favor. So you might as well look at this, because senile old man and the whatever else he has tagging along there. That's sad stuff. And I've got all the information. This Taliban advice is free. Somebody said advice is free because it's not worth anything. Well, mine is, but you have to hear it. I'm not a teacher until you are taught. So, get with it, Republicans. And that's probably what the thing will be labeled here. Wake up, get to it. If I have to get rougher on you like I did the last video to get things done, well, that's your fault. So get to it.